depends on the extent and how much is required. It can vary anywhere from 25,000 to 50,000. अपने दोस्तों से बात कर. But seriously, during the lockdown, one good thing to keep your spirits up is to talk to a different friend every day. Get back in touch with some old friends that you never spoken to. Again, it's very hard to give a number. A rhinoplasty can vary greatly depending on what is needed, whether you need to harvest rib cartilage, whether it's primary or secondary. It can range anywhere from 50,000 to 2 lakhs. It really depends on what your needs are. Yes, it can be done. In fact, a lot of athletes use compression garments to help in their recovery when they are actually playing. That's why you see them wearing those tights underneath their clothes. But if the pressure garment is very uncomfortable during any particular exercise, it can be removed during that exercise. Extremely unlikely. According to the data that we have, the CDC in the US, 87 million people in the US have been completely vaccinated. There have been 7,000 breakthrough infections and around 88 deaths. So that means 1 in a million if you've taken the vaccine. This is a good time to talk about the vaccine. The vaccine's main job is to prevent severe illness and death. And that job it does very well. Get yourself registered and try to get a vaccine as soon as possible. It does not matter which vaccine. The best vaccine is the one that is offered to you. All vaccines that have been approved so far are equally good in terms of preventing severe disease and death. Don't go by the numbers of 60, 80, 90. Those depend on the trials, when it was done, where it was done. The main focus is taken care of. I would say the most important thing is to have a routine. Have the same routine every day, have some structure to your day. Don't just be unsure what you're going to do. Incorporate exercise, incorporate learning or reading. These are things that you cannot do, and incorporate time for hobbies. Basically, there are two options. The first is an arm lift, which is where you're removing all the fat and extra skin and closing it. This gives the best shape, but one, it has some downtime. Two, it leaves a scar which can be long in some cases. The second option is to do just liposuction. This works in minor cases where there isn't too much extra skin, but if there's more skin, that can leave behind a lot of flabby skin. For that, we can do a treatment called Body Tight, which is non-surgical skin tightening. Thank you for asking. Very nice of you. I'm doing okay. Obviously, the COVID situation is quite grim, and that is one reason why you might have noticed that my posts on plastic surgery and before afters have come down a little bit. It didn't feel right at this time, but hanging in. That's quite a big question to answer in a story. It takes perseverance and dedication and a long-term vision. For more details, I suggest you read this book on practice management in skin and plastic surgery, available on JP. It depends on how rapidly the weight loss happens. Very quick weight loss, usually you'll be left over with some extra skin. More gradual, sustainable weight loss, the skin also contracts well. Moisturize the skin well and take care of the skin. Yes, it absolutely is possible, but many times if the skin is very thick, apart from the rhinoplasty itself, we might have to do some skin treatments to get the best result. And these might have to be started before the surgery and continued after the surgery. Get in touch with us and we'll see what we can do to help. So there are three basic ways you can augment a chin. One is with fillers, second is with fat, third is with an implant. Now, with fat, the advantage is that it's a minor procedure, local anesthesia, there are no scars and there's no implant. The disadvantage is that you cannot get as good an augmentation as an implant, and it doesn't feel as solid as an implant. So if you want a really significant augmentation, very small chin, then an implant would be better, and it can be done intraorally where there is no scar. Yes, it absolutely can. In fact, fillers are probably the best way to do this. You can give it exactly where you want and be very precise and specific with it. So I'm not sure exactly what the question is here, but in general for acne scars, you don't do skin grafting. Skin grafting is where you put a piece of skin from somewhere else. For acne scars, you can do fat grafting, but most commonly you will require lasers and other energy-based treatments as well. So this is quite a technical question. The depressive septi is a muscle going from the lip to the nose. So that when you smile, the tip of the nose falls down. In someone where this is happening a lot during surgery, we can divide this muscle so that this action is no longer there. It depends on the patient. It shouldn't be done in everyone, but in someone where it's dropping a lot, it can definitely be helpful. On the other hand, in someone whose nose is quite high already, you don't want to do it. One of the most common ways is that, especially below the nipple, you can feel some very firm to hard kind of swellings. These are glandular tissue. It doesn't feel like fat everywhere else. Unfortunately, this will not go away with exercise. It has to be treated surgically. So So this is not the way to approach plastic surgery. You don't do plastic surgery for the heck of it, just for doing something. There should be an identifiable need, something that you want to improve. So it's not like I will get a rhinoplasty done just because I can. It requires a need for it. This is because what affects someone doesn't affect someone else. No two people are the same. So that is why each person has to take their own call. And no one else should judge them for it or have any kind of decisions on it. It's a very personal choice. So I have just checked the research on this. If you have NSAID or ibuprofen allergy, you can take the vaccine. It's not a problem. I appreciate you reaching out to me, but this is not my area of expertise. I would not be able to treat you adequately. I request you to consult a gastroenterologist, either medical or surgical, to treat you for this. I don't own an ELPSUD, so that is my disclaimer, but it's a device that non-surgically builds muscle by using electromagnetic stimulation to stimulate muscles. Now, as with any muscle, it is up to you to maintain it with your workouts. But for not owning one. So firstly, it can cause dryness in the skin and the mucosa, so a moisturizer is important. Secondly, it can increase sensitivity to sunlight, so using a sunscreen at the same time is important. And finally, someone on isotretinoin should not get pregnant. This is because this drug can be passed on, so that's why it's important to use an oral contraceptive while taking this tablet. Having said all that, all these side effects are minor, and if isotretinoin is recommended to you, then all of these other things can be managed quite easily.